Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Primarina from Pokemon. Let's get started at the top center of our page by drawing on a star. So start at the very top in the center, start with a point. From this point I'm going to come down and out towards the left and then the right. Now from the ends we're going to go straight across with a short line. Now from here we're going to come down and in an angle. And from here we're going to go back out towards the tip of the star. And then from the bottom we're going to come up and in towards the center. On the right side of the star we're going to add the eye. So from the tip we're going to step down, we're going to curve out, and then down. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction, coming down and then in behind the star. Now we're going to draw a half circle on the inside. Starting from the top, we'll curve around, and then back out. Let's add a couple points along the left side here. Starting from the star, we're going to come down and in towards a half circle. And we're going to go back out, in. We're going to draw one more point, going out, and then in towards the bottom of the eye. Let's add in a couple highlights along the top and bottom. So along the top, we're going to draw a small half circle. And then in the bottom, we're going to draw a half circle. Now that we've drawn the eye, let's draw the top edge of the head. From the top of the star, we're going to curve down and out around the eye. Now at the end, we're going to pull this up towards the nose. At the top, we're going to add a circle, starting from the tip. Now from the nose, we're going to draw on the bottom of the chin. So we're going to step over, curve down, and then over towards the left, towards the bottom of the neck. Now from here we're going to curve in the opposite direction, towards the base of the neck, coming down at an angle. Now we're going to go underneath the star and draw on the back of the neck. From this point we're going to step in, curve in, and then come out. We're going to connect these 2 points with a curve, coming down, rounding it out, and then back up. Along the front here we're going to add a small mouth. Starting from the left, we're going to curve down, and then back up. Now we're going to stack a few spheres in behind the top of the head. Starting just behind the star, we'll draw a circle coming in behind. Now we're going to add one in behind here. So starting from the top, curve around, and then pull that in behind the top of the head. We'll add one more, stepping down, curving out, and then in. Let's add a large veil along the top of the head. So in the center sphere, we're going to curve up and out towards the left. Now we're going to draw a wave coming all the way back down in behind the star. Starting at the top, we'll come in, out towards the left, right, and then back to the left. We're going to round this out and pull this in behind the star. Up along the top, we're just going to add a little wrinkle, just a curve coming down. Now from here, we're going to draw in the hair. From this point behind the veil, we're going to curve out and then down. Now we're going to add some more spheres along the back here. Starting from the end of the line, we'll draw a circle. Now we're going to tuck one in behind, starting on the bottom left side. Now we're going to draw one more, but we're going to push it in towards the right. So at the bottom of this sphere, come around and then back in. From the side of this sphere, we're going to come down, and we're going to pull that back up beside the neck. We're going to overlap this, coming out, curving over that line, and then in behind the neck. Let's add 2 more spheres on the side. Along the top, curve up, in behind the hair. We're going to go in the opposite direction, below. Now the hair is going to come back upwards, so let's start on the side of the sphere, curve up. We're going to add another sphere here. Draw a circle, and we're going to stack 2 more along the side. And then one more. Now let's draw on the bottom of the hair. From the bottom of the sphere, we're going to go out towards the left, pull that back in. From here, we're going to add a couple points. Coming down, over towards the right. Let's taper that back up. Let's draw one more point. Coming down, back up towards the right. And we're going to curve this around in behind the sphere. Let's finish off the hair along the top. So from the top of this sphere, we're going to go out towards the right, and we'll hook that back over towards the left. We're going to taper that back down to create a point. We'll add one more point here, curving out and over. Taper that back in. Now we're going to work our way towards the end of the hair. Curve out and down. We're going to swirl this back around, so blending into a curve going in the opposite direction, and then pull that down. Let's add a few points along the end. We're going to taper that back, over, add a point going up, taper that back around, and then in. We'll add one more point, curving out and up. Now we're going to work our way back in behind this sphere. Curve down, up. Now we're going to pull this back in, curving in the opposite direction. Let's move back towards the body and draw on the frill around the neck. So on the left side, curve out and then in. We're going to wave this all the way down towards the bottom. So going back out, in. Now we're going to come down towards the center. Come down. Now we're going to pull that back up on the left side of the neck. From here we're going to curve out, in, and then kick it back out towards the right. Now on the side of the neck, we're going to go around that end, going around and pulling that in. Now underneath this frill, we're going to add the two arms coming out towards the left. Let's start with the front one. So at the bottom here, we're going to curve down and out towards the left. We're going to round out the bottom of the arm. And we're going to taper the arm so it gets a little bit narrower as we come back up underneath the frill. Up and in. Let's add another arm on the left side. Starting here, we're going to curve out towards the left. We'll round out the arm. We're going to pull that back, and again, we're going to taper the arm up. Let's separate out the paws. Starting on the left, curve up and over. We're going to step over and draw that same curve going out. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving up, step over, draw another curve. Now we're going to draw the body in behind the arms. Let's start at the bottom of the frill, curve down, in behind the front arm. Now we're going to round out the body, curve it back in towards the arm. Now right here we're going to pull it up. Now we're going to add a frill around the base of the body. Starting at the top, we're going to go up, down. I'm just going to wave this all the way around the base of the body. Now right here, we're just going to pull this back up. Now from behind the frill, we're going to curve the tail going back around. So let's start at the top, curve out towards the right. Now we're just going to pull this back over towards the left. Let's start at the bottom now. We're going to taper the tail so it gets a little bit narrower as we come in towards this point. Curving in. Now we're just going to pull that in, leaving a gap in between these two lines. Now we're going to add the tip of the tail. So in between, we're going to step over, start with a point. From this point, we're going to draw almost like a sideways heart. We're going to curve up, then down towards the left. We're going to pull this in, rounding it out. Now we're going to work our way around the bottom. Going back out, around, and we're just going to pull that in towards that starting point. Now we're going to add a frill around the end of the tail. So from these 2 points, we're going to connect it with a curve going out. We're going to round this out, go back in, and then across. Let's go to the top and finish off the top of the frill. We're going to continue that curve going out, rounding it out. Now we're going to go back up, round this out, and then in behind the tail. Now you'll see a little bit of the frill on the tip here. So in between these 2 points, we're just going to curve across. Let's draw a trim on the inside. Starting at the base, we're going to curve up, and we're almost following that same curve on the outside along the inside. Now we're going to finish this off with a few spikes along the tail. Starting at the top, we'll curve out, and we're going to taper that back in. We'll add another one on the side here. Curving out, then we'll taper that back in. Let's add one on the inside. Now we're going to start with the base first. With an angled line. From the top, we'll curve out and taper back down. Now on the bottom here, we're going to flip that over. Start with that line. From the top, we'll come down and then over. Taper up towards the base, And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Primarina from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.